quiet little village, there grows an ancient magic tree. It is tall, verdant, with luxuriant branches and leaves, and it is evergreen all year round. The villagers say that this tree has magical powers and can bring people endless joy and happiness. However, only those with pure and kind hearts can discover its secrets. There is a little girl in this village named Xiaoli. She is an innocent and kind child who always likes to play in the fields and forests of the village. Xiaoli has never heard of the legend of the magic tree because she has lived in an environment full of love and warmth since she was a child. Her mother always said, "Happiness is a tree in your heart. As long as you have kindness and hope in your heart, it will grow in your heart." However, one day, Xiaoli got lost in the small forest outside the village. She kicked the pebbles and felt a little scared. Just when she was about to give up, she suddenly found a piece of light in front of her, and there was a huge tree in the light, like a green castle. She walked closer and found that it was the legendary magic tree outside the village. The trunk of the magic tree was bent into a warm embrace, and the tree was full of colorful fruits, each of which was shining with a faint light. Xiaoli was full of surprise and curiosity, and she reached out and touched a blue fruit. Suddenly, something wonderful happened. The fruit became bigger and bigger, like a small door, gently opened, revealing a bright passage. "Welcome to the happy time of the magic tree." A gentle voice came from the passage. Xiaoli was stunned, and then a kind old man came out of the passage, wearing a silver robe and a kind face. The old man smiled at Xiaoli and said, "My name is Shuling, and I am the guardian of this magic tree. You are the first child to find this place. Would you like to spend a day with me?" Xiaoli was a little nervous, but she felt extremely curious and excited. She nodded, and the old man took her into the interior of the magic tree. This place is different from the outside world. It is surrounded by twinkling stars and floating light spots, and the air is filled with sweet floral fragrance. The tree spirit explained to her, "This is the heart of the magic tree. It has the power to make people happy. Whenever you feel confused or lonely, it will bring you here to feel real happiness." Xiaoli walked on the soft grass and felt her heart being caressed by the breeze. She was surprised to find that every leaf on the tree was swaying gently in the wind, as if greeting her. Xiaoli smiled happily and felt as if she had become a free bird, flying in this beautiful world. The tree spirit took her to a magical garden full of colorful flowers, each with a different fragrance. The tree spirit pointed to a purple flower and said, "This flower is called the flower of happiness. It can make everyone find the purest happiness in their hearts." Xiaoli smelled the fragrance of the flower, and her heart was warm, as if an inexplicable power surged into her heart. She whispered, "It's really magical here. I feel like all my troubles have disappeared." The tree spirit smiled and said, "Because the secret of happiness is in your heart. When you find the innocence and kindness in your heart, true happiness will come." Then, the tree spirit took Xiaoli to a shining pond. The water in the pond was clear and transparent, and mirror-like light spots floated on the water. The tree spirit gently pointed to the surface of the pond. "Look, those light spots are everyone's inner hope. They jump and flicker on the water. When your heart is full of hope, these light spots will become brighter." Xiaoli stared at the pond and found that the light spots in the water seemed to jump in front of her eyes, like little stars. She suddenly had a feeling she had never had before, which was an infinite expectation and longing for the future. She whispered, "I also have a lot of hopes. I hope my parents can be happy, and my friends will never be alone." The tree spirit looked at her gently. "Yes, it is this pure heart and sincere hope that can make you endless happiness in life. Xiaoli couldn't help but smile, and her heart was full of joy and warmth. She understood that happiness did not need to be sought from the outside world. It had already existed deep in her heart, as long as she was willing to discover it. Unknowingly, a long time had passed. The tree spirit smiled and said, "Now it's time. You can return to the outside world with today's happiness. But remember that happiness is always in your heart." Xiaoli reluctantly said goodbye to the tree spirit and walked out of the glorious door of the magic tree. The outside world is still the forest she is familiar with, but her heart has become brighter and lighter. After returning to the village, Xiaoli began to live as before, but she would never forget the happy time on the magic tree. Whenever she felt tired or depressed, she would calm down, recall the secrets of the magic tree, and look for the happiness and hope in her heart. Gradually, the children in the village also began to hear the story about Xiaoli, and they also wanted to find their own happiness. So, Xiaoli became a little mentor in the village. She told the children, "Happiness is actually hidden in our hearts. As long as we look for it with our hearts, it will bloom forever in our lives." From then on, the people in the village became happier because they understood that the real secret of happiness is never in the outside world, but in our own hearts. The moral of the story: this story tells us that true happiness does not come from external materials and environment, but from the kindness, innocence, and hope in our hearts. As long as we keep a pure heart and are full of hope and love, happiness will always exist in our lives.